Your voices, your stories, helping you get your day started. 7 News Detroit This Morning at 6 starts now.
Developing news overnight, an intense search for suspects. Oakland University forced into a lockdown following a stabbing outside a dorm.
I'm pretty shaken up. It's very shocking to hear that something like this happened here on our campus.
This morning, that lockdown is partially lifted. What investigators are saying about the violence.
Plus, prepare for a messy morning commute. We are live out on the roads checking out the snow coming down this morning before a temperature plunge tonight.
Today was pretty icy.
Slow down. Stop cutting people off and slow down.
Good advice. We have your hour-by-hour impacts on school arrival and evening commutes as well.
And a record-breaking arbitration battle. Just how much Tigers lefty Tarek Schoolbolt will make this upcoming season. I'll tell you, that arbitration, that's looking good.
Don't get paid. Lots to get to here on this Friday morning, February the 6th. Thank you so much for waking up with us. I'm Alicia Smith.
And I'm Keenan Smith, joined here by Mike Taylor and Allie Hoxie for National Go Red Day. We're all wearing our red to raise awareness about women's heart health.
Yeah, we are sporting red today, and you can too to help raise awareness, and because cardiovascular disease touches so many lives.
That's right. According to the American Heart Association, cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death in women. Nearly 45% of women over the age of 20 live with some form of cardiovascular disease. High blood pressure, of course, is a major risk, but women have unique hormonal factors like pregnancy and menopause that can also increase the risk.
And if you would like to help in the fight against heart disease, you can donate to the Go Red campaign online at goredforwomen.org. Now, maybe the red that you're wearing today is a scarf or a hat or a winter coat, because as we take this live look over downtown Detroit, you can see the snow's coming down right now, Mike.
Yeah, that's right. It's closing in on Metro Detroit right now. One thing this time around, happy to say, temperatures are on our side. Any salt that's put down will work effectively, and the temps will only climb from here. So if the roads are treated, they're not going to be impacted as much. But if they're not, you'll definitely know when you hit the road. 19 in Southfield, Redford at 22, 21 in Flat Rock. Good morning to you. And we're at 20 from Detroit to the east side near the Grosse Pointes. And it looks calm in this zone in Wayne County. We're seeing some lighter snow, but when you head west here, you'll see it starts to pick up around Brighton, Barton Hills, as well as Wixom. That's where the heaviest snow is currently located, and all of that's making its way through the area. So it's mainly about the timing and not the amount of snow with this batch. Where you see the pops of blue, that's where it's falling at a good clip where it's heavy. They can lower visibility, say about a quarter mile or so. That could slow you down, but this is something that's working in our favor. Look at the high temps. If we can get to 33, it'll be the first time in over 2 weeks we've been able to get above freezing. And as you can clearly see, it is temporary. The race will be on to get the snow up as quickly as you can because Arctic air returns tonight. We'll talk about that as well as more snow in the forecast coming up. Allie?
All right, Mike, thank you. Let's go ahead and take a look at Stop, Slow, Go this morning. Overall, things are looking good. I just checked. I'm not seeing any major crashes slowing you down. That's shaded here in green. Also in green, construction. No major work happening today. We do have a little bit of work on Woodward and Bloomfield Hills. I'll detail that out for you coming up in a little bit. Conditions I have shaded in yellow. Of course, we have that snow that is going to be moving in throughout the morning. But if we take a look at our roads right now, things overall appear good. Now, the roads are wet. It does look like maybe that salt has been working, or just the drive itself has kind of been working because we're not seeing snow-covered freeways. That being said, things could change throughout the morning, so I'll be keeping an eye out for you.
Thank you very much, Allie. Well, the snow and the plummeting temperatures are making today's snow showers possibly a challenge for some road crews. We want to take this live look here from the 7 Live Drive at the condition of the roads in Macomb County right now. You can see the snow obviously on the shoulders and covering some of the road, and that sheen there. You got to be careful for those icy spots. I'm joined now via Zoom by Eric Dimoff, Public Information Officer for the Macomb County Department of Roads. Eric, thank you so much for being with us this morning. How many crews are currently in service right now? Tell us about the progress they've made overnight.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having us. Our crew's been out since about 11:30 p.m. last night. We have about 45 trucks on the roads right now working in the state and primary routes, working to keep things as safe as possible for our motorists this morning.
Let's talk about salt. What does Macomb County's current salt supply look like? We've heard of possible salt shortages from other communities. How about there?
Sure. I mean, this winter has been pretty harsh, and so we've been out there a lot this winter. But to date, we've used about 47,000 tons of salt. Annually, we average about 50,000 tons of salt. So we're pushing right up against what we normally use each winter. But we order salt regularly throughout the year, so we're not short of salt, and we have adequate supply throughout the winter.
What would you say has been your biggest challenge so far this winter season?
Obviously, with the snow and rain we got a couple weeks ago, it's just the freeze and thaw has been pretty brutal too. So we've been hitting potholes in some of the rougher, high traffic areas in Macomb County this winter as well. So we kind of been bouncing back and forth between winter operations and pothole treatment in Macomb County.
Well, stay safe out there for you and your crews. Thank you for all the work that you do year round, really, but especially here during the winter. Eric Dimhoff, the Public Information Officer from Macomb County Department of Roads. Be sure to follow the very latest forecast in your area on our website. Just go to WXYZ.com.
Well, we do want to get to some developing news from overnight. An Oakland University dorm is on lockdown this morning, and police are searching for 2 stabbing suspects.
This all stemmed from a fight in front of Van Wagner House near Meadowbrook Road shortly after 8 o'clock last night. The entire campus was initially forced into a lockdown, but that has since been lifted, with the exception of Van Wagner House.
7 News Detroit reporter Brittany Toulis joins us live from OU's campus. And Brittany, what do we know about the victim in this case, and what do we know about the suspects investigators are searching for?
Keenan, Alicia, the victim was getting ready for surgery after being stabbed multiple times in front of this residence hall as of last night. Those 2 suspects also got in a dark-colored SUV heading east towards Rochester Hills. This info is all according to OU's police chief, who also says neither the suspects nor the victims are students here at the university.
According to witnesses in the area, we have 2 suspects that we're currently looking for. Suspect number 1 is a black male wearing a black North Face jacket, black pants, white shoes with a blue on the back of the shoes, chin length dreadlocks. He's in his early 20s, 5'8" to 5'10". The second suspect, according to witnesses, is a black male wearing a camouflage jacket with a black hood, black pants, black shoes, short curly hair, early 20s.
OU's police chief Mark Gordon says the call came in just after 8 p.m. for a fight in front of Van Wagner House residence hall. The victim stabbed multiple times, then lit into the dorm. The stabbing triggering a campus-wide lockdown for several hours as police search for those 2 suspects. Right now, just Van Wagner is still locked down. It's unclear why the suspects and victim were on campus since none were enrolled in OU classes. The OU students getting the lockdown alerts are pretty shaken up.
And I just think there's so much commotion going on campus. Like, I don't know, it's just emotions are high, a lot of things are going on, and I just feel like, I don't know, it's too much right now.
Like I said, I'm pretty shaken up. It's very shocking to hear that something like this happened here on our campus personally, because like I said, OU is supposed to be one of the safest campuses here in Michigan. So.
And I'm keeping close tabs on OU social media and website for any changes with this lockdown here at the residence hall. And if you have any information on this, what happened here, you're asked to call OU's police. For now, live at OU's campus, I'm Brittany Toulis for 7 News Detroit this morning.
Yeah, scary situation for those students, and we know you'll be following the very latest, Brittany. Thank you.
Well, a string of new charges have come about in Minnesota for a former youth hockey coach from Oakland County currently locked up for sex crimes. 69-year-old Zeev Levron is now charged with 2 counts of 3rd-degree criminal sexual conduct and 4 counts of 4th-degree criminal sexual conduct in Otter Tail County, Minnesota. The charges stem from alleged assaults against juvenile hockey players between 2014 and 2016. Levron is accused of sexual contact with the teens under the guise of medical treatments. He's currently serving 10 to 25 years in a Michigan prison following a conviction in Oakland County last March on 28 criminal sexual conduct charges.
New security video shows the chaos that unfolded at Detroit Metro Airport when a man drove his car right into the McNamara terminal. That man blasted through a pillar and straight through those glass front doors 2 weeks ago. From inside, you could see people had been walking by just moments before impact. Airport police responded within 30 seconds and say that the man got out of that car speaking gibberish. Miraculously, nobody got seriously hurt. The driver is currently undergoing psychological screening. Officials are still awaiting toxicology results and are working to obtain data from that car.
Well, Tarek Skubal is entering the final year under a contract with the Tigers, and it's going to be a very lucrative year for Mr. Skubal. He's going to make $32 million. That $13 million gap in arbitration is a record amount, and it now was decided in Skubal's favor. It comes a day after the Tigers signed free agent Framber Aldez to a 3-year, $115 million contract. Skubal's coming off the best season of his career and will enter free agency in the next offseason. And he could command a record-breaking deal then, too.
Thanks, Keenan. So out the door right now, we're tracking some snow that's moving through Metro Detroit. You can see the moisture kind of building in the atmosphere. That's the haze you see. We'll address not only that, but also Arctic air making a comeback.
Taking a look at the Lodge and Civic Center. This is close to Lawrence Tech University. Everything moving smoothly out there. Not seeing any major crashes slowing you down right now on our freeways.
Good to hear that. Time now is 6:10. The opening ceremony for the Olympics is today.
That's right. And as Olympians get ready to compete in Italy, you can try your hand at their sport right here in Metro Detroit.
It's often called chess on ice because you're moving the pieces around.
Two members of the 7 News Detroit team go head-to-head to show you all of the fun you can have if you try curling. Plus,
I'm John Matarese with Valentine's Day just days away. Don't let the high price of gold and silver scare you. We'll find you some great things on an affordable budget that'll make him or her happy.
You're watching 7 News Detroit, part of the Scripps News Group.
All right, time now, 6:14, and here's a check of the day's top stories. The FBI is now offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to the recovery of Nancy Guthrie. It's been 6 days since the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie was last seen in her Tucson area home. So far, no suspects have been linked to her disappearance.
nuclear talks between the United States and Iran are taking place today in Oman. The discussions are coming as tensions remain high following Tehran's crackdown on protest and President Trump's threats of intervention.
Well, the FDA has approved 2 natural dyes, beetroot red and spirulina. They could replace petroleum-based colors in candies, cereals, and drinks. Now, companies can label foods with natural colors as no artificial colors. The goal is to replace all synthetic colors in foods by January of 2027.
Whether you're popping the question or have a sparkly gift in mind, there may be nothing like jewelry as a gift for Valentine's Day. But there's only a short time to find the perfect set of earrings or a necklace. This morning, Scripps News Group consumer reporter John Matarese says what to keep in mind to save on jewelry so you don't waste your money.
With just days to go before Valentine's Day, jewelers are rolling out some of their best collections and prices of the year. And that's good news because the price of gold and silver has been going up so much in recent months.
At Richter and Phillips, Lenny Lyons was looking for that perfect Valentine's gift.
I'd love to get her a ring from here.
Beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
Sales manager Sarah Ritzy says a single diamond on a chain is a popular seller.
Valentine's Day can be as sweet as this heart-shaped diamond pendant that we have.
Despite record high prices, she says yellow gold is hot again. To keep it affordable, Ritzy says 14 karat gold is more durable and budget friendly than 18 karat.
20 to 30% higher than 14 karat.
She even suggests platinum over white gold.
Whereas some people might have operated with white gold to get a nicer price in the past, white gold and platinum are pretty much at the same price right now.
Ankur Daga is the CEO of the jewelry brand Angara. He says the biggest savings play is lab-grown diamonds or colored stones.
They're chemically, physically, optically identical.
He says a trendy choice is colored gemstones like emerald, sapphire, and ruby.
There's no longer the singular idea of perfection that used to be a colorless and flawless diamond.
Rather than something new, your sweetheart may be more impressed by a vintage piece.
This rhinestone necklace is only $10.
Resale store manager Stephanie Aldridge says secondhand isn't just cheaper.
You're not going to see a whole shelf full of the same item that you're picking up pre-boxed to give to somebody.
Finally, to avoid high gold prices, go for something with gold accents like these Lagos bracelets.
They start around 200, go up to 400, 600.
Just a little bit of gold to show your love, and that way you don't waste your money. John Mattery, Scripps News Group.
All right, time now is 6:17, and let's get you set for the day and get to the forecast. Here's a live look over Southfield, and you can see that snow is now falling. 7 First Alert meteorologist Mike Taylor's been tracking that snow. And Mike, is all of Metro Detroit receiving snow right now, or is it just parts of the area?
Right now, Keenan, it's just parts of the area, but the coverage of the snow we're expecting to really pick up, and it's the timing and not the amount of the snow this time around. Layers will be needed at the bus stop, and include the snow boots with those layers, just because even though temps are cold, we're also going to have some snow coming through. The bulk of this will fall during the morning, between now and roughly about 9 a.m. Then it will start to taper off the closer we get to lunchtime, and I believe there will be a lull. Might even see some freezing drizzle on occasion as the atmosphere tries to dry up and temperatures go briefly above freezing. When I say briefly, thinking about maybe 2 hours where we'll have a chance to get to 33 or 34. If we can do it, that'll break the streak that we're currently in with the deep freeze of 15 days straight where we're below 32. Another round of snow will come in later this afternoon and this evening. That's going to be due to an Arctic front that comes in. So I think the bulk of the accumulation for those who see it will be for this morning, where the snow is going to be not only likely but widespread, slowly tapering off through the afternoon. And then even though the percentage doesn't look like much, I just want you to know these bands that will set up in isolated fashion later today, they'll have a punch to them. They can drop almost an inch of snow in a hurry. That's that Arctic front. They tend to really squeeze out snow efficiently when they pass by. Heavy layers for the weekend. It's cold right now, but we're comparing it to what's coming. There's a cold weather advisory in effect for this reason primarily. You'll see as we get into your Saturday morning, the actual temps will be in the single digits, but the wind chills will go from -10 to as low as, say, -20. There's going to be a possibility for that for your Saturday morning. And even though the cold weather advisory is primarily for Saturday, to be honest with you, Sunday still isn't looking all that great. I mean, how at -5 and -16 first thing out the door. So another round of Arctic air will be here for the weekend. Looking beyond that, temperatures will slowly bounce back. We're talking about the upper 20s on Monday, and how about multiple days in the 30s starting Tuesday.
All right, so I actually had a viewer reach out to me on Facebook. His name is Joe. Let's go ahead and take a look at I-75 in Grange Hall. Now, he sent me a picture and said that he has been sitting in this now for the last 25 minutes. It looks like the northbound lanes of I-75 at Grange Hall at this point are a parking lot. Now, my drive isn't reporting a crash in the area. Doesn't mean that there's not one there. It looks like police may have reported a crash, but it's still unclear how many lanes are closed, what's going on. Either way, traffic is stopped. That's what you need to know. So let's go ahead and take a look at our maps this morning. Like I said, northbound I-75 at Grange Hall, a parking lot this morning. You can exit early at Holly, take northbound Dixie, and get back on the freeway at Dixie, Saginaw, that kind of connector there. But southbound I-75 at Dixie, we also have a report of a crash where we're only moving 5 miles an hour in that spot. Now, I also have the radar on. You can see that snow is just starting to come into this area. So that's why we could be seeing a little bit of a nasty trek here.
All right, thank you so much, Allie, for that update. Time now is 6:20. Legislation in Lansing could make a big difference for deer hunting season.
What a new bill that just passed one of the chambers in Lansing could mean for hunting habits in the future.
And it's almost time for Super Bowl 60. Hear from a local kid receiving a huge surprise ahead of the big game.
.24 is the time right now, taking a live look over Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. The hype, of course, for the big game coming this Sunday is huge. The New England Patriots returning to the Super Bowl for the first time in 7 years.
Yeah, they'll face off against the Seattle Seahawks in a rematch of Super Bowl 49, where the Patriots came out on top. Now, Bad Bunny will be performing at halftime. Green Day will kick off the opening ceremony with the national anthem from Charlie Puth. Kickoff for Super Bowl 60 is Sunday at 6:30 p.m.
And you know, this Super Bowl will mean a whole lot to one special child from the Midland County area. 13-year-old Blake is battling a rare autoimmune condition, and he got a huge surprise.
We're thrilled to let you know that your wish is coming true. We'd love for you to join us in San Francisco for Super Bowl LX. That is awesome. I'm going to the Super Bowl.
Yes, he was so excited. Make-A-Wish Michigan, the NFL, and Fanatics sent Blake and his family to the San Francisco Bay Area to watch Super Bowl 60, and he also got a behind-the-scenes tour of Levi Stadium, VIP experiences, and Super Bowl 60 merch, of course. And you know, I've been so blessed to be a part of the Make-A-Wish Michigan annual Walk for Wishes for years, more than a decade, so I know how much these wishes mean to not only the Wish kids, but their entire families. We hope Blake and his family have the best time at the big game, and we can't wait to show you maybe some more pictures and video after Sunday.
Absolutely. You know, they're going to have memories for a lifetime. Time now is 6:25, and it's time to see what's coming up later on this morning on Good Morning America.
And we turn to Ginger Z, live from New York with a preview for us. Hi, Ginger.
Hi, Alicia. Hi, Keenan. It's great to be with you. So coming up, we're going to start with day 6 of the urgent search for Nancy Guthrie. Her family putting out a new plea, what the sheriff is now telling us, and former FBI agent Brad Garrett joining us live with where the investigation goes next. Also, I know you are part of the cold weather alerts, as are we. We've got cold weather warnings, like extreme cold for this weekend with those sub-zero wind chills. I'll get into that and yes, the warm-up next week. Also, the new study on women and strokes and the one diet that significantly reduced the risk. We're also counting down to kick off, getting you ready for Super Bowl Sunday with Bad Bunny talking about his halftime show, plus the ads, the fashion, and the food before the Seahawks and Patriots take the field. It is all coming up right here on GMA. So who do you got for the Super Bowl? Who's winning?
I'm rooting for Seattle.
Seattle, yeah. I've got Seattle. How about you, Ginger?
I feel it. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Time now is 6:27. A messy morning commute.
You're going to be dealing with some slick spots out there due to the snow arriving this morning. We have Team 7 coverage for you, including a live look at the road conditions right now.
Plus, the government just reopened this week, but Congress is already facing another shutdown. A live report from Washington, D.C. about what's at stake.
Your voices, your stories, helping you get your day started. You're watching 7 News Detroit this morning.
Now at 6:30, snow this morning, bitter cold tonight. We're highlighting the voices of drivers already dealing with the slick conditions.
Go slow. Yeah. Take it easy. Wake up really early and get on the road because I would rather get to work safe than spin out on 696.
We're helping you prepare for your morning and evening commutes.
Plus, a partial lockdown at Oakland University this morning following a stabbing outside a residence hall. The search for multiple suspects is ongoing. We hear from students about the violence.
And give curling a whirl. As the Olympic Games kick off, we're taking you inside the Detroit Curling Club to show you how you can participate.
Going, guys, come on. It's not going to get there by itself.
I can't wait for this. 7 News Detroit reporters Evan Siri and Jeffrey Lindblom are duking it out on the ice to see who can be our curling champion.
But first, we do want to get to some breaking news. A massive bombing ripping through a Shiite mosque in the outskirts of Pakistan's capital during Friday prayers. At this point, 31 people are confirmed dead and nearly 170 injured.
No one immediately claimed responsibility for this explosion, but suspicion is likely to fall on militants such as the Pakistani Taliban or the Islamic State group. We will be keeping an eye on this breaking news for you, and we will update you once we learn more.
All right, well, back here at home at 6:31, we are getting you set for the day and keeping an eye on morning snow.
Yeah, there are about 17 school closings right now, including Almont Community Schools, Fowlerville Community Schools, Howell Public Schools, Lake Fenton Community Schools, and North Branch area schools.
And we have Team 7 coverage this morning. 7 First Alert meteorologist Mike Taylor is tracking the system. 7 Traffic's Allie Hoxie is keeping an eye on road conditions. And 7 News Detroit reporter Ryan Marshall is out in 7 Live Drive.
And let's start with you, Mike, as you're helping folks prepare before they head out the door.
Yeah, that's right. They're going to be preparing out there because they're going to need the snow boots. That's for sure. And that's because we have the snow that's moving through Metro Detroit right now. And I'll let you know, it's not the amount of snow, it's the timing. It could be better. Of course, you're going to need to be dressed in all of the winter fashion and layers just because we're talking about temperatures that will be cold. But I will also add that this will be the first time in a while where we can warm these temperatures up. It may not feel like it right away, but the temperature trend, we're about 10 to 20 degrees warmer right now than where we were just yesterday morning. So numbers are continuing to climb. We're at 20 degrees, reporting snow at Detroit at the airport. Winds are from the south and those winds will pick up. This is the threshold where salt is going to work effectively. So I'm happy to say that. If the roads are treated, I think you'll be all right out there across Metro Detroit. 21 degrees in Port Huron, 20 in Detroit, 20 in Adrian, and 23 up to the north near Port Sanilac as well as Lapeer. So let's show you the bus stop forecast now. Numbers are going to be in the 20s, but they're going to be climbing by 9 a.m. We'll already be at 24 as we make a run towards the 30s. I think a lot of us can get there. The heaviest snow is for the morning, so just keep that in mind. Might be some delays out there across Metro Detroit on the roads especially. But look at the numbers. We're going to climb to 32. I think the city of Detroit can get to 33. If we can get there, that'll be the first time in over 2 weeks where we've been able to not only reach 32, but go above it. And it's temporary. Arctic air comes in for tonight. We'll talk about where we go from here coming up. Allie?
All right, Mike, thank you. Well, some good news. We did have a freeway closure in the northbound lanes of I-75 at Grange Hall. That cleared just moments ago. So we're seeing both northbound and southbound lanes in this area moving along smoothly. Taking a look at stop, slow, go this morning. I have now bumped crashes down to green, or it was at green at the top of the show. It would have been bumped up, but now it's bumped back down to green. No major construction slowing you down today. That is some good news. We will have some weekend work on I-94 near Lake St. Clair Metro Park. I'll detail that out for you coming up on my next traffic hit. Conditions I have shaded here in yellow as that band of snow is moving through our area. You could hit some slowdowns.
Thank you very much, Allie, for the heads up there. All right, all of you at home, before you head out the door this morning, we do want to give you an idea of what you can expect.
7 News Detroit reporter Ryan Marshall joins us in 7 Live Drive with a look at road conditions. And Ryan, you've been out on the roads throughout the overnight hours all across the area. What are you seeing right now?
Well, good morning. We are on West 11 Mile going westbound in Huntington Woods, and I can show you certainly what it looks like at the moment. And there's starting to be that buildup of ice on some of these smaller side roads, if you will. And if you could see a little bit of head, there's some flashing, some blinking yellow and green lights. Those are the salt trucks that are out. They are trying to make sure that these roads are not going to get that ice accumulation. They're trying to get the salt on the road so that way people aren't sliding around. We had been experiencing some sliding. We did talk to people overnight, motorists overnight, that said that they had experienced some sliding, and this is what they had to say about the conditions they experienced on the road.
What is some advice that you have for other motorists out here that have to deal with the winter weather, the ice, the snow, and all of that?
Slow down. Stop cutting people off and slow down. The roads are bad. Take your time. Bottom line.
What sort of advice would you have for people getting out here?
Go slow.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Because I slid off the road a few weeks ago.
Did you?
And slid into a tree.
That had to be scary.
In a ditch, yeah.
It's cold?
Take your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get there eventually, so no rushing. If you got to rush, leave out early.
Yeah.
All right, back out here in 7 Live Drive as we are crossing over Greenfield Road going westbound on 11 Mile, and we are trying to take it slow, just like the lady said. Very convincing there, and you don't have to take much, it doesn't take me much convincing to say that yes, you need to slow down. And if you are out here on these roads, make sure to take your time, take a few extra minutes, because there is some ice buildup on these streets and even on the sidewalks as well. We stepped out of 7 Live Drive as well, so certainly be careful out there indeed. We're here in 7 Live Drive this morning. I'm Ryan Marshall for 7 News Detroit this morning.
All right, thank you so much, Ryan. Now be sure to follow the forecast. You can go to our website, WXYZ.com, or follow us on the 7 app.
Developing news overnight, an Oakland University dorm is on lockdown and police are searching for 2 stabbing suspects. This all stemmed from a fight that happened in front of Van Wagner House near Meadowbrook Road shortly after 8 o'clock last night. The entire campus was initially forced into a lockdown that has since been lifted with the exception of Van Wagner Hall. Now, it is unclear why the suspects and victims were on campus since none is enrolled in OU classes. Students are telling 7 News Detroit this was a very scary night.
I just think there's so much commotion going on campus. Like, I don't know, it's just emotions are high, a lot of things are going on, and I just feel like, I don't know, it's too much right now.
I tell you what, certainly scary for so many folks on the campus. As of last night, the victim was getting ready for surgery after being stabbed multiple times. The 2 suspects took off in a dark-colored SUV heading east towards Rochester Hills. If you have any information about this case, you are asked to contact OU's campus police.
Well, nearly 1 week ago, the federal government entered a partial shutdown after Congress's failure to pass a key funding package by a critical deadline. Now, just 2 days after the government reopens, Congress is facing another partial government shutdown 1 week from today. The roadblock, funding for the Department of Homeland Security. Well, this week, Democrats unveiled a list of 10 guardrails for immigration and customs enforcement in the wake of 2 deadly shootings in Minneapolis last month. Well, some Republicans tell the Scripps News Group that there are areas of potential compromise. Many others are raising objections to demands from Democrats. To break down what's going on in Washington and the impacts that will be felt across the country, let's turn to Scripps News Group congressional correspondent Nate Reed, who's live in Washington. And Nate, what are the biggest sticking points to these ongoing negotiations?
Well, Keenan, look, if this week feels like Groundhog Week, next week will be Groundhog Week as well, too, with that looming government shutdown deadline just 7 days from today. We are facing the possibility of a possible shutdown at the Department of Homeland Security, which could have broad-reaching effects all across the country, including in the Detroit area. But in terms of those sticking points, Democrats sending a list of 10 specific demands for the Department of Homeland Security. Republicans calling it this list a manifesto, saying it's much longer than that, a lot more demands on this list than just 10. But they include everything from requiring ICE to wear body cameras, requiring that they not wear masks for immigration raids, in fact, requiring that they use judicial warrants to conduct those raids in the first place, and their roving patrols of American cities, and a number of other key reforms. Now, some Republicans have already called these requests unworkable, saying that they are just not realistic for what they're hoping to be a bipartisan negotiation to find an agreement here and to fund the Department of Homeland Security for the rest of the fiscal year. Take a listen. On Democrats' list of potential changes for ICE, are any of those acceptable to you?
I'm thinking about creating a board game called Fantasyland, where Democrats throw a bunch of ridiculous proposals that aren't going to go anywhere. So, look, we've been pretty clear. We're not going to do anything that kneecaps ICE's ability to do their jobs and enforce the laws that both Republicans and Democrats have voted on and presidents of both parties have enforced.
And Keenan, it's not clear if negotiations have actually begun in earnest. Lawmakers went home for the weekend yesterday. A lot of questions about whether those conversations are happening while lawmakers are out of D.C. to find some sort of solution here when both sides are just so far apart. And just a reminder about what the real world impacts are here. We could see the potential, if the government partially shuts down, for TSA employees at Detroit Airport and all across the country to go unpaid yet again. The Coast Guard would go unpaid. FEMA employees could be furloughed or have to go unpaid. Meanwhile, ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and Customs and Border Protection, they would remain funded because they got tens of billions of dollars under the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which passed through Congress last year with Republican support alone. Their mission would remain unchanged. A lot of questions, though, about all of these other aspects of the Department of Homeland Security. If we are in a funding lapse a week from today, again, feels a lot like the movie Groundhog Day, right around Groundhog Day, Keenan.
That's right. And of course, it may sound to a lot of people like these are, machinations in Washington, but of course, FEMA could impact Metro Detroit. And we have Coast Guards, men and women right here in Detroit as well. So there will be impacts here in Michigan. Nate Reed, thank you so much for the update.
Time now, 6:41. There is a new push to bring back an old way of controlling Michigan's rising deer population. A bill to reverse the ban on deer baiting just passed the State House. Deer baiting with food has been banned in Michigan since 2019 as a way to slow the spread of the disease in the state's deer population. But legislation reversing that ban argues that deer are naturally herd animals and they already gather in large numbers regardless of baiting. Supporters say lifting the baiting ban could help with hunting success, helping manage the growing deer population here in the Lower Peninsula. The bill now heads to the Michigan State Senate.
All right, time now at 6:42. Lawmakers refuse DOJ interview.
Why some Democrats, including Senator Alyssa Slotkin from Michigan, are saying no to sitting down with the Justice Department. Plus,
the Winter Olympics are back and curling is in the spotlight. How this sport has evolved, what we're learning, and who came out on top.
Good morning, Detroit!
Time now at 6:45, and here's a check of the day's top stories. Democratic lawmakers, Senator Alyssa Slotkin from Michigan and Congresswoman Chrissy Houlihan from Pennsylvania, are refusing to sit for interviews with the Justice Department. At issue, their involvement in a November video urging service members and members of the intelligence community to disobey illegal orders. At least 4 Democratic lawmakers have been contacted for interviews following their involvement with that video.
new data shows U.S. job openings fell to about 6.5 million in December, the lowest number since 2020. That's according to a report by job placement firm Challenger Gray & Christmas. This as hiring slows and companies are pulling back on recruiting. Layoffs have edged up, and the number of people applying for unemployment benefits just jumped to about 231,000, and that is the biggest 2-month increase in a while.
Well, the Winter Olympics will kick off in Milano Cortina tonight, and it may have you thinking about trying your hand at an Olympic sport. Maybe ski jumping, alpine skiing, figure skating, but what about curling?
Lucky for you, curling is a thriving sport right here in Metro Detroit, and we sent 7 News Detroit reporters Evan Seary and Jeffrey Lindblom to the Detroit Curling Club to learn the ropes and go head-to-head to see who's our curling champ.
So curling is the sport, or perhaps even science, of curling your biceps.
No.
Curling is an Olympic sport played outside for the
inside. Okay.
So curling is what many people can do with their hair for a certain
No, those are hair curlers. Okay. How about we go inside and meet a couple of athletic curlers and figure out exactly what this sport is all about?
I'm pretty sure that's what curling is for your biceps.
It's often called chess on ice because you're moving the pieces around.
But there aren't any bishops or knights here. Stones rule this board.
And the team agrees on the shot and has an idea of how much force should be behind it, how fast it should be traveling down the ice.
An ice-cold sheet inside the Detroit Curling Club.
Our club is almost at capacity.
Michiganders just can't get enough.
And you're going to push off. Whenever we talk to people, not only are we welcoming them in, we're encouraging to come out and just try the sport. It's just that simple.
And encourage Evan and I, they did. So we trained.
Sweep.
First the sweep.
Going, guys, come on. It's not going to get there by itself.
And then in the throw.
Go.
Wait. Don't get that far. No. False start.
Me first.
Hey, looking pretty good.
Okay, good.
That was good?
It was your first time. That was a good try.
All right.
Okay, Jeff, hips up and lunge.
My turn.
Good form, Jeff.
Feeling pretty good until you got in my way. I think it's feeling like game time.
Good curling.
I think I like my odds.
Don't get cocky. The sweeping speeds up the 44-pound rock.
Moving it across the ice and hopefully as close to the center as possible.
That's a really beautiful draw.
Things starting off looking pretty good for me.
Yeah, sure, Jeff.
Evan, you're looking a little tired there.
Watch this.
I don't know what I'm doing. Oh. Why is it going that way? They got to do their jobs better. All right, well, not my fault.
Let me show you how it's done.
You think that has a chance?
Hey, it looks pretty good.
Is it on?
Oh, no.
Yeah!
That's game, buddy.
At least I'm a good sport.
Win or lose, it is all about good fun.
And good manners.
And
good curling.
Reporting from the Detroit Curling Club, I'm Jeffrey Lindblom.
And I'm Evan Siri, 7 News Detroit.
Oh, I feel like I need to watch that several more times.
Yeah.
The looks,
so
the
funny.
winks, the out-of-breath moments.
They both did a good job.
They did.
Thank you for entertaining us this morning.
And I want to go. So it's, I'm like, yeah,
We should
good
have
job.
like a morning show curling challenge.
Right.
Alicia, you're on my team.
Okay.
I think we take on the guys.
I like this.
As slippery as it's been around here in Metro Detroit, I don't even think you don't need special equipment. You can just go outside in some spots.
Nobody wants to go curling on the way to work. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. So we're watching the roads and the skies, and you'll see the reason why, because the temperatures are in the 20s. We're in that threshold where salt will work, but man, the snow is moving in. This is not going to be one of those setups where we pick up a lot of snow, but as you can probably imagine, the timing, of course, could be a little bit better. Coming through in the morning while you're trying to get to work and school, 21 in Monroe, 20 in Pontiac, 21 in Port Huron, not being reported in Mount Clemens, but you're somewhere within that same vicinity. The snow is moving in quickly, so it'll move out just as fast as it arrives. The heaviest batch that I've been noticing has been right here along the M59 corridor, also along US 23, I-94. Most of our major roads are seeing some type of impact from the snow at this point. So it could be ice covered or it could be slick. But in these temperatures, we're going to have the salt that's going to work effectively. So just, I would say, take it easy and you should be all right. A lot of snow is going to pass through between now and about 10 a.m. Then from there will be a lull in the activity. Maybe even some freezing drizzle that could move in as temperatures quickly climb around 33 degrees. That's going to be this afternoon. After that, an entirely different cold front comes through, an Arctic front, that reintroduces the chance of seeing some snow as temperatures return down into the single digits. So just be aware of that. Your chance for snow will be here pretty much all day, but most widespread right now. And then the batch that comes in later on will be more of an isolated issue, but even those snow squalls, as you know, can cause some issues. Temperatures go right down into the single digits. There's a cold weather advisory because we can see wind chills as low as -10 to -20 for Saturday morning. Sunday is not much better. It also looks cold as well, but look at next week. How about a row of 30s? And that does appear to be the new trend here. If you look at next Thursday, we'll have a temperature of 32, but 32 is the new average at this point. We're going to see warmer air trying to push in, and the long-range models are showing that we're trending in that direction as opposed to an Arctic direction, at least for now. So it looks like we'll rebound just slightly.
All right, Mike, thank you. Taking a look right now at the morning drive and some construction that could slow you down in the eastbound lanes of I-94 this weekend, Saturday. Only one lane open from Chook to Metro Parkway, 8:30 in the morning until 12:30, I should say, in the afternoon. And then we switch to the westbound lanes. Only one lane open North River Road to Metro Parkway, 12:30 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. So be prepared here just west of Lake St. Clair Metro Park. This is I-94 in Belleville. You can see the road conditions are starting to deteriorate in this spot. And the westbound lanes of I-94, a little bit closer to Huron, we have a report of a crash with some stop-and-go traffic in that spot, so be aware of that area. Hey, more work is being planned on 696, this time right at I-75. The work starts in just a few weeks and will last months. Coming up Monday on 7 News Detroit at 6 a.m., I'll go over the big ramp closures you need to know about so you can prepare.
Time now, 6:55. Here's a look at what to watch this Friday morning. An Oakland University dorm is on lockdown and police are searching for 2 stabbing suspects. This is stemming from a fight in front of Van Wagoner House near Meadowbrook Road shortly after 8 o'clock last night. According to OU's police chief, the 2 suspects took off in a dark-colored SUV heading east towards Rochester Hills. If you know anything about this case, you're asked to contact Oakland University Police.
And temperatures will climb to 33 degrees for the first time in over 2 weeks, and it comes with some snow, not only this morning, but another batch anticipated later this evening. That's an Arctic front. Drops us down to 5 for your Saturday. A cold weather advisory is in effect for the weekend.
Conditions are starting to worsen west of our viewing area. I-96 and Kent Lake Road, where you can see the road conditions are starting to get a little bit worse. We got snow on our freeways. If you're in Northville, listen up. We just got word that eastbound 8 Mile is closed at Lexington because of a crash.
Well, Super Bowl 60 is just 2 days away. The New England Patriots will take on the Seattle Seahawks in a rematch of Super Bowl 49. The Patriots came out on top on that matchup. Bad Bunny will perform the halftime show this year. Super Bowl 60 kicks off Sunday at 6:30 p.m. And don't forget, today is National Wear Red Day. Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of women.
Yeah, we're raising awareness. Nearly 45% of women ages 20 plus are living with some form of cardiovascular disease. So make sure to support the cause. Wear your red. Share a picture with us through the WXYZ Facebook page. You'll notice some buildings are lit up red right here in Detroit, like the Blue Cross Blue Shield building here in Detroit.
Good Morning America is next here on 7. We'll be on TV 20 Detroit. Have a great day.